Okay, we actually did it. Y'all, we are using new microphones.
So let us know if you can hear us or not.
Yes. Now, tonight we are going to talk about cell phone service in in your, yes, cell phone service abroad. This came to us from a subscriber. So if you are in our email list or on our Facebook group, then you know on Thursdays we do answer questions from subscribers. So we're going to talk about the general do's and don'ts of using cell phone service abroad.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how long you plan on staying, if you're here for just a short scouting trip, or if you're going to be here for the long haul, we're going to talk about prepaid plans and pricing.
Now, you want to stick around to the end because we are going to talk about the contracts that they have here in Portugal.
Stick around.
As well as the three major companies, cell phone service companies that they have. Not here in the UK, because y'all know we're in Manchester.
We're in the UK, and it's cold here too.
Freezing our butts off. We have not left the apartment really too much.
We went to the park.
So we have a little bit of footage, but not much. So you ready to get started?
Maybe we should introduce ourselves first.
Hey everyone, this is Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and retiring abroad as we build generational wealth. Yes. So let's get started. I'm not going to give you the whole spiel because, if you don't know who we are beyond that, look at our other videos. So let's get started with the first do.
Well, the first question is, do you need a SIM card in Europe? The answer to that question is no, you do not need a SIM card. Matter of fact, your companies from the US, Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, et cetera, they offer international packages at a cost. I know Verizon was charging us $10 a day.
A day.
If you used it or not. Right. They didn't care.
Yeah.
So
you'd probably be better off with something else.
You're probably better off getting a local plan from wherever you are.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So number one, do you need a SIM card in Europe? The answer is no. You probably can buy an international plan for a visit from your home country company. Number two, do turn off data roaming. So as soon as you hop on the plane, train, automobile, leave the country, turn off data roaming because there are a lot of programs that you have in the background that are refreshing and using data, and you may get home to a multi-$1,000 bill.
It's happened before.
Our bill from Verizon when we were here in 2018 was out of control. And I thought I was being very efficient and turning everything off and putting some things on just Wi-Fi only, etc. But still, it was out of control. So turn off your data roaming.
Number three, do not rely on airplane mode.
Yeah.
Airplane mode turns off your Bluetooth. It turns off different features of your phone, your radio connections, your cellular Bluetooth, stuff like that. It does not stop apps that are on your phone downloading data as they need it without having to be open.
Yeah, connected or open or
so
anything.
Don't count on airplane mode. Use it, but be very wary that it doesn't shut down your cellular data.
Exactly. Number four, do get a prepaid plan and don't rely just on Wi-Fi. That Wi-Fi is a lot of places here in Europe, but when you need to call an Uber, you ain't gonna find no Wi-Fi. You ain't gonna find no Wi-Fi. So let's talk about the three major carriers that they have here in Portugal for a prepaid plan, which are also the same carriers for a contract, but we'll talk about that pricing later. So the first one is Vodafone, and we're not going to talk about the other ones because they piggyback off of these three companies. So the first one is Vodafone, and all of the plans that we talk about are going to range for 30 days. Whether you're here for 2 weeks or not, it's going to last you for 30 days, but it's going to have a certain amount of data usage and a certain amount of minutes. So Vodafone, for 1 gigabyte of internet and 500 minutes, 500 text, is €15. That's on the low end. There's some in between. And then the highest plan is 10 gigabytes of data and 1,000 minutes of talk time and text for €24. So it ranges from 15 euro to 24 euro. You can get some other things in between there.
Yeah. And then you have MEO or MEO. I call it MEO, but it's MEO. And it's 250 megabytes of data and 500 minutes of talk time for 13 euros and 99 cents. Then the higher end is 5 gigabytes of data and 1,000 minutes of talk time, or 1,000 minutes talk time, and I believe SMS for 2360.
Well, actually,
Euro.
MEO allows you unlimited texts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
realize that. I
yeah,
mean, I
unlimited
never use it.
text. Yep.
Good to know.
Yep. And then there's NOS, NOS. We would say NOS, but here it's pronounced NOS. And you get 5 gigabytes of data and 500 minutes of talk time for 16 euro. Or on the high end, 10 gigabytes of data and 1,500 minutes of talk time for 32 euro. So between 15 euro and 32 euro for the month, you guys can get a data plan somewhere in there to fit your needs. And that's a lot better than the $10 a day, which would be about 1080 or so euro per day. For right,
Yeah, and
for
these are your
Verizon's.
right, and these are your prepaid plans, right?
Yeah, that's your prepaid plans.
Right.
All right, number 5.
Refresh your phone's security. You know, if you lose your phone
Oh, God forbid.
on a trip, if it's stolen or anything like that, you don't want to leave home and not have it refreshed or make sure it's up to date.
Yeah.
For your security settings and stuff like that. So
I know with iPhone, you can set it so you have Find My, so Find My iPhone, and you also have a setting where you can erase everything no matter where it is. As soon as they turn it on, it will erase all of the data. So you want to make sure all of those things are up to date, right?
yes.
And research shows that cell phones are the most lost or
most
stolen
lost
things on
items.
vacation.
Yes.
I don't know how, because I'm always listening to music, so I always know whether I have my phone or not.
But you know, people hike. People,
yep, it can fall out.
You're walking. We walk a lot.
Yep.
You know, of course, when we walk, I know most of the time I either have my phone locked down in my bag or I have it zipped up in the pocket,
Yeah.
so it won't fall out because it's easy to drop it out of your pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And don't leave your cell phone case behind. Again, if you are on vacation and you're doing a walking tour, this or that, and it falls out, the last thing you want is for it to break while you're on vacation. So that's just a general thing, keep that cell phone case on there.
Yeah. And back up your phone. Make sure you back up your phone to the cloud. So if anything does happen or you have to turn around and buy a new phone when you're somewhere else, it will download from the cloud. You'll have it, you won't miss anything.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Which is why you want to make sure while you're at your Airbnb or your hotel, wherever you're staying, that you have iCloud on or whatever you're backing your phone up to on Wi-Fi. So every time you come back to your home base, it's, refreshing and saving everything to the cloud.
And something that we kind of found out, that when you go through customs in different countries in the United States, they have the right without a warrant to make you unlock your electronic devices and go through them. They have that right to do that. In China
is known.
China is known for putting tracking data on your phone to find out what you're doing, who you're contacting, if you're making any crazy political statements or saying anything about the country. And there have been cases shown where people have been stopped and actually been refused to come into the country because of something they might have had on their cell phone. So be very, very careful of that. And if it gets erased, you want to still have your data in the cloud so you can get it back.
See this look on my face? I am not leaving a country that is already oppressing me to pay my money to go to another country that oppresses me? Oh, I don't think so anyway. But some of you might want to see stuff and don't care about that. So we want you to go where you want to go, but I ain't doing it.
China.
All right.
China.
Number 8, don't trust open Wi-Fi. Always, always, always use a VPN. We use NordVPN. There is a link down in the description below. NordVPN and all VPN services encrypt your data so that if you're on open Wi-Fi, for the most part, you are safe. There is a very, very small window when you are connected to an open Wi-Fi and before the VPN kicks in, it's seconds, y'all, where you are a little bit vulnerable. But by and large, a VPN will protect you and keep your data secure.
And in all reality, you can create your own VPN. I'm not going to get into it. You have to Google it. If you really want to take an adventure and see if you can do it on your own, you can do it. But there's a cost to Nord. There's a cost to all the Shark. I can't remember what it was. Shark something.
Yeah, Shark VPN or something like that.
To different VPNs, and you really, really want to have it. You can even add a VPN to your television if you have a smart TV that will allow you to do that stuff to protect your data.
Yeah.
So, and it's just a good thing to have because you're always in the public and you're always tapping in Wi-Fi somewhere, and you want to make sure that your phone is set to always ask for permission for you to log into somebody's Wi-Fi or something like that. Because your phone can actually just be set to automatically do it. Yes. You don't want that. No. You want to make sure that before it taps in, it asks you for permission for you're okay for it to do that.
Yep.
Save yourself, folks.
And here we go. We are going to talk about those 3 major companies, Mio, Vodafone, and Nosh, and the pricing for if you are moving here. Let me just say first, we have a double SIM phone. All right, it's got an eSIM and it's got a physical SIM. You could, from the States, go ahead and sign up for a plan from wherever, and then do an eSIM transfer and put your European phone number on your electronic SIM or your eSIM. For us, we would then have to put the physical SIM for our main number back in the phone, which means we're carrying it around with us, I guess, to re-upload our main phone number back to our cell phone when we get home. I don't want to carry around a physical SIM that is that important. So I say just go ahead and take out the physical SIM, put your the SIM for the for the new country in the physical SIM, and then you can swap them back out.
And a good example of that is when we left the United States and we left Verizon, we shut the account down. But I had my Verizon SIM in a little case that I was carrying my GoPro camera stuff in, and it got stolen. And that SIM card got stolen with the Verizon case. Now, there's nothing they can do with it because the account is no more. But had it been an active account, they could have screwed me real big. So just be careful of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can simply go to the Vodafone store, go to a Mio store. Actually, you can even get these from some, corner stores, tiendas, so to speak. And you simply get their SIM card, put it in your phone. They will send a text once you've paid. The phone company will send you a text and say, "All right, you're good." We got a SIM card when we came here to the UK, and within 6 minutes, we had a UK phone number and service. So that is literally how easy it is. All right. So what you need to get a Portuguese phone contract, you're going to need valid ID. Passport will do. You don't need these for temporary prepaid.
No, not for prepaid.
Not for prepaid. So, because there's no contract or any of that, you're going to pay as you go. You don't need all of this stuff. But if you're going to get into a contract for long-term stay, you need your valid ID. For Portugal, you need your NIF number.
NIF, 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 NIF. Let me tell you something about a NIF.
So if you need help getting a NIF number or bank account, we have information in the description below on a company that will help you with that. You need your bank account details. Here, a lot of stuff is paid directly from your bank. So for instance, I could get an invoice from my pharmacy even, and it will have an invoice number on there and a reference code. I can go to my bank, put in that invoice number and the reference code, and pay directly from my bank to that pharmacy. You can do the same with your cell phone service. And so they're going to ask you for your bank account number. It's real different here, y'all. They're also going to ask you for proof of address.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so those 4 things: valid ID, NIF number, bank account, and valid address.
Okay, and then we come back to the different price plans for the contracts for the long term. And with the MEO, all of them are monthly contracts again. It's 250 megabytes of internet and 500 minutes and text for $13.99.
500 minutes of voice talk,
Of
talk
and text.
Yeah, $13.99 on the low end.
That's euros. That's not dollars. A little bit higher, a little bit more money.
He's being goofy tonight. He's been goofy all night. All right. And on the high end?
Okay, and then on the high end for 50 gigabytes of internet, 3,500 minutes of voice and text is 34 euros 99 cents.
And of course, if you add a second number, there's a discount for the second number. It can be anywhere from 20% to 50% less for that second number. And that's true for all of the plans.
And it changes. You just have to check and make sure that.
Yeah, definitely, because they have sales all the time. So as a matter of fact, Mio is on sale right now, but I didn't use those prices. We use just the regular prices because, what's today? February 2nd. We're recording this February 2nd, 2023. If you're watching from the future, hey, say hello in the comments. Hey. Ask your questions. So $13.99, $34.99 for Mio. For Nosh, 10 gigabytes of internet and 1,000 minutes of talk time and text for 26 euro. And then unlimited gigabytes, unlimited talk and text for $49.99. So all you can eat with Nosh is $49.99 total.
Then we have Vodafone. That's what we have. You get 1 gigabyte of internet, 3,500 minutes, plus 3,500 of SMS, which is text, for €20.50 per month. Then for the high end, you get up to 1 gigabyte of internet unlimited.
That can't be right.
That's what it had.
That's weird.
Yeah, they had 1 gigabyte of unlimited minute text for $48.50.
Okay, so I don't know what he was looking at, but I'm going to tell you, since we have Vodafone, I have all you can eat text, talk, and data for $34.99. And then we added his phone with just 10 gigabytes of data because he doesn't use as much. I'm always the one navigating and calling Uber and all of that stuff. So 10 gigabytes, which he never gets up to. Not even close, right? Mm. And then unlimited talk and text for $14.99. So we're paying about 40 something or 50 something total for the two of us for cell service with Vodafone. So I think that last one is wrong. We're going to double check that and put a correction in the description below. So if you're watching from the future, it's probably already there. All right, we did it in 20 minutes. So we do have time for a couple of questions. So if you do have a question, put a Q in front of it and we will try and answer it. In the meantime, y'all know if you want to come to England, like we are, bop around Europe, if you want to bop around South America, wherever you want to go, whatever your heart desires, there is a way to do that. But you've got to get your money straight first. So we have launched our Beyond the Bling Money Mindset Makeover for Financial Independence. It's going to help you get a plan to get your money straight as soon as possible, even if you have zero saved today. We guarantee you can get to financial independence as long as you are still on this earth.
Yeah.
Right? Seriously, y'all. Seriously. And so I just put that in the chat. If you sign up early, we're going to add to that 4 live private Zoom Q&As. Mm-hmm. So Black folks, because we've got our isms. I love y'all. I love all of our subscribers, but the Zoom calls are for Black folks because we have our isms, and we're going to talk about all of the stuff that could be preventing us from saving like we want to save, the way we spend money, why we spend what we spend on what we spend, especially Black Americans. Y'all know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to have to explain it. So that's why we do what we do.
And what he was saying, I was going to say that.
You can add cell phone use to the existing TV internet phone line package. It's right. Cheaper than separate. Yes. So thank you. I love our subscribers, and our subscribers who are from Portugal are so incredibly helpful. So we appreciate you. We do have internet, and we have cable, but it's in our landlord's name. So we didn't do the package. If we go ahead and sign this 3-year lease, then perhaps we'll get that moved, and then we'll get an even bigger savings.
Yeah, bigger savings on it.
Yes. So thank you for that. So we're going to look very quickly. We are definitely ending this at 30 minutes.
I wanted to answer Blacks at Global.
Okay. So, hey, Krishan, which phone do you have? I may upgrade my iPhone right before I leave. So this is just a 13.
We both have 13s. I have the 13 Pro.
And I just have a 13 regular. And we're Apple people. Y'all know. I'm an Apple snob. And so it has an eSIM and then a physical SIM. Mm-hmm. We've got our USA phone number on the eSIM because all of our bank, double authentication and all of that stuff goes to our US number. And then we have our Portuguese number on our physical SIM. And the reason why we upgraded is because the cameras on these things are so incredible, especially on his.
Yeah.
These are expensive phones, y'all know. We bought them outright, but we bought them in lieu of buying camera equipment for YouTube.
And whenever you travel and you have to carry extra equipment around, it gets tedious.
Yes, because they be weighing everything.
And that's one of the reasons we are working out with the new microphones now, because the package is this big.
Yes.
And it's 2 wireless kits. So
they want to weigh everything.
Yeah.
And okay, we travel light, but I mean, goodness gracious. All right, I'm looking for questions. Here we go. Valerino, would you consider using a separate phone like a burner to use on your travels rather than taking your regular SIM out of your primary phone?
Well, for the EU, if you're in Portugal and you go to the EU countries, then you don't have to switch SIMs out. I read that you can keep the SIM in and you're not getting charged all the different pricings because you're in the EU still.
Even for our package?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. We were both doing research. So you should have told me that. I wouldn't have gotten this SIM. Well,
no, you're not in the EU. Used to be. Not anymore.
Thank you, UK. Thank you. But yeah, and the only reason why we would not do that, even if that weren't the case, Ballerina, is because we use our phones for YouTube. And because, we live our lives kind of on the road. And if we need the double authentication, now, if you're just having a vacation, like If we were just going to, Italy or something like that for 4 days, perhaps we would use a burner. But it's never going to be the case that we're not filming for YouTube. So that's one of the main reasons. But it's a consideration, especially in Mexico where the burners are so inexpensive.
Yeah, people use them.
Rosalind, I wouldn't have 2 phones. I wouldn't have,
That's
but
more stuff to keep up with.
Yeah, yes. And but if you're really good about things like that, then perhaps I would just take out the SIM. It's really easy. Hey, Butterfly, good to see you. My dad
Hey,
is
Butterfly,
in California.
how you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. Dad's in California. All right, last one. So with a double sign-in, is it just a toggle or you physically take the simple SIM card out? I think you meant every time. No. So I can receive, especially when I turn Google Fi off when I leave the house because, I don't want them to cut us off.
Google Fi will cut you off.
I don't want them to cut us off.
Because it's not meant for international.
Living. It's meant for international visiting.
Yeah.
So I turn it off when I leave the house. But when I'm at home and I'm on Wi-Fi, I can get text to my USA phone number and calls to my USA phone number. And while I am talking on the Portuguese phone number. So no, I don't have to toggle anything. They both work. So he can text me to the Portuguese phone number. He can text me to the USA phone number, and they'll both come in from him on the same chain. As long as you have both phone numbers in your contacts. That's how it works on iPhone. So yeah, it's absolutely no problem. Do we still have what, baby? Yes. And we've been so good about not using
not getting kicked off.
Right, not using their data and only using it on Wi-Fi at home that they haven't said a word. We have been traveling for 6 months. Well, we're not kind of traveling now, but living in Portugal, between living in Portugal and traveling, it's been 6 months or more.
Yeah.
And yeah, they haven't said a word. So we're good. All right, y'all, we are going to wrap it up. I want to tell you again that Beyond the Bling, our new course, is not new. It is definitely based upon the Get Your Money Straight challenge. Y'all were our guinea pigs, but we have revamped it, added to it. It is self-paced, on demand. It comes with 4 live Q&A sessions, as well as a discount on one-on-one sessions, and the discount will last forever. This Sunday, we have a great show planned. What
That should be 10 gigs, shouldn't it?
I don't know. He's looking at his notes again.
Now you got me.
I don't know what it was supposed to say, but we're going to put the Vodafone correction
we'll do that.
Yes.
I think it's 10 gigs.
Because as I said, all you can eat for $34.99 is euros is what I am paying on Vodafone. So,
hey, oops.
So we're going to talk about money mindset matters on Sunday. And what should they watch next? I think you should watch next Don't Move to Lisbon If. So if you are thinking about Portugal, Don't Move to Lisbon If tells you all of the things that you as an American might not consider or might not even think of that is very, very different about living in Portugal. Y'all know we love living in Portugal. Being here in the UK makes me yearn for Portugal.
Yeah, it does.
And the climate.
It does.
I mean, we still see a lot of diversity out here in Manchester, and that's beautiful.
No hills.
No hills. That's beautiful. No cobblestones. That's beautiful. But this weather, y'all.
Oh, my God.
This weather is not on point.
I'll come back in the spring or summer.
Yeah.
Because it's cold.
Yeah, it is cold. We will be back. But in the meantime, we will see you on Sunday at 3:30 Eastern time. Every Sunday we go live. We love y'all. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.